What is up, guys? Tanner here with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. Right now I'm actually in my warehouse getting some work done. There's my Porsche, and as you saw in the title and thumbnail, I am getting a new car today. Actually, in about 10-15 minutes my new car will be here. If you've been following me for a while, you've already seen me drive around this car, so it probably won't be a big surprise, which is why I'm not making this video a huge deal. I mean, it is crazy to think about me being able to get a second car, and every time I get some kind of big asset, it sort of just causes my mindset to aim for a higher level, which then leads me to make more money and be more motivated and just do more stuff overall. So right now, actually, we've been filming some videos for you guys. Me and PB's over here filming email content. Actually, for the next couple weeks, I'm flying in young entrepreneurs from all over the country to film content for my new course, which is gonna be about drop shipping as well as just marketing overall. It's definitely gonna be the best drop shipping course out there, as well as overall marketing. You're gonna learn a lot because stuff we're gonna be teaching about is not just about drop shipping. It relates to real big brands, it relates to personal brands. Anything you could market online or have some kind of brand for, this stuff will work for you. So I'm excited right now when the car is about to come in. I'll give you guys a little tour of the car, what it is. I'm not gonna hype it up and make you guys wait 20 minutes throughout the video just to see it. I'm just gonna show it, let it happen. I thought you got arrested, bro.
What is up? I thought I did too.
Yeah, come up here. You can just go into the garage.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Here it is, guys. The new car. Like I said, I wasn't gonna make a huge deal out of it and hype it up and make you guys wait a super long time to see the car. I'm basically just gonna give you guys a quick overview. It's a 2015 Maserati Gran Turismo MC, and it's convertible, as you can see. It's in pretty decent condition. Chris actually had this as a rental car. You guys will see this in the upcoming clips of the video where I filmed a video with Chris about who he is, how he makes money, and how he basically gets paid to own cars like this. But luckily, me and him were able to work out a good deal where I got to get this car, so I'm super excited to have it now and show you guys every single thing that I'm gonna do with it. So it should be a pretty exciting time. You'll see more of it in the upcoming videos. So now I'm gonna roll the clips of my video with Chris. See you there. What is up, guys? Tanner here with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. And today I have a special video for you guys. I actually have my friend Chris here from Florida. He's a 25-year-old serial entrepreneur, and he does a lot of cool stuff. I'm gonna let him give a brief introduction of who he is and sort of how he got started into entrepreneurship and what he's doing now.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for having me.
Of course, bro.
I drove up here today, 12-hour drive, and that beauty back there, and it's just been a crazy day, but more importantly, what Tanner said, to get into focus of, how did I become a, not just entrepreneur, because you probably know a lot of entrepreneurs, but how did I become a serial entrepreneur, which means multiple endeavors, multiple ventures, multiple income streams, multiple assets. And honestly, when I was 18 years old, I started to see all these YouTube videos like you're watching right now, and I wondered how these guys were making millions of dollars, online or flying all over the world and vacationing, and I didn't have the answer. So I was watching all these YouTube videos, and they started giving me ideas, which then these ideas started turning into, results eventually after the activity that I did to get the result. And it's honestly been crazy. From 18 to 25, I've been able to create 9 different solidified income streams, with having 3 to 4 of them being, some of my main ones, which has been pretty cool. And like Tanner, he's big into e-commerce as well. I have a Shopify store now up and running, which is another income stream, but it's crazy to see what you can do just from information that you've been given, as long as you apply that information and use it to your advantage.
Aiden Bowles, bro.
Oh my God, bro, we were crushing it.
So Chris, like he said, he's 25 years old, and he has, 9 income streams that are solid businesses?
Yep, different ones.
Yeah, so I tell you guys all the time, never put all your eggs in one basket. I may make a lot of videos about e-commerce and drop shipping, but you never want to put all of your focus into one certain area of business. You want to be able to spread it out and figure out exactly what you need to do in order to have a lot of income coming in case one falls off. So what was like the first main income stream that you had that was starting to pop up when you were 18, 19, whatever it was?
Right, so the first one that I had was actually involved with a network marketing company, and that really, blew up my interest of, okay, I can actually work for myself. I can be my own boss. I can start selling things. And that was the biggest thing for me, is a lot of people, they want to become an entrepreneur, right? Like you, or maybe you are an entrepreneur, but they don't want to sell stuff, and they think it's weird, or like, oh, I don't want to do that because, I don't want to talk to people, or I don't want to sell something. And honestly, you have to get over the fact that you're selling something, because like we have a lot of mentors in life that always say, sell or be sold. Yeah. So you're either doing one of those, or the other in life. So would you rather sell something and reap the benefits, make the money, or would you rather be sold something, spend the money, and just have a physical product, tangible product or service. If you're an entrepreneur, you're watching this, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I'd rather be selling stuff so I can make more money. But if you're not an entrepreneur and you're watching this and you're thinking about it, you're probably like, oh, that makes sense because I buy stuff all the time. Well, you buy it from where? Franchises, businesses, distributors, restaurants, gas stations. So you're always spending money. Money's not scarce. It's available everywhere. And first starting out as an entrepreneur for myself, I had to learn how to sell something. So, the first business I was in was a network marketing company. It taught me how to sell product, energy drinks, different things like that. And it got me out of my comfort zone because it made me uncomfortable because I wasn't always great at talking with people. I was actually nervous and scared, but that was the first business that I started in was network marketing and learning how to sell something to somebody. So that is a very key thing that you need to learn if you haven't learned it yet.
Yep, I actually just filmed a video about that. It hasn't been uploaded yet about network marketing and essentially no upfront cost in order to start making money. It's really just self-teaching yourself how to sell stuff and get that product out the door. So that was like the first thing you started doing, and is that still something that's pretty big for you now still? It
is. It's definitely, another income stream that I have, which has been, definitely a blessing and another asset. But, I think you guys might be wondering, on the start of the video, I drove up here instead of flying. You're probably wondering, well, why did you, drive 12 hours from Florida if you could take a flight, take you a couple hours to get here? Well, that's another business that I have. It's kind of another, side income stream too that's turned into a pretty decent one, which is I have a, couple different exotic cars in Florida, and I rent them out to my private client group that I have, and different clients that, want a car for a weekend or a week or a month or whatever it may be. And that's why I brought the Maserati up here, which is pretty cool because Tanner actually has it all the time when he's in Miami, and we worked out a really good deal, some special deal together to let him have this forever, how long he's going to have it now, which is pretty incredible. But at the same time, that's another asset, and how I grew that business was from word of mouth. I didn't do any advertisements on TV, no billboards, nothing like that. Everything was through word of mouth. And it started like this, which is crazy because my background is actually professional soccer. I used to play pro soccer for 4 years, and I played in Germany for a little bit. And when I went over to Germany, I had a Mercedes AMG here in the US, actually in Florida. And my friend one time said, hey, while you're over in Germany, can I just rent your AMG from you? And I was like, thinking about it, well, yeah, sure, you can, rent it. And then I got back from Germany, and he didn't want to give the car back. He was like, I want to still rent it from you. So I ended up having to buy another car, and then, that car ended up getting rented out when I went back overseas to Germany, and then just started expanding like that through word of mouth, as I was just genuinely giving them out to people at a good price. And then it expanded to getting a Maserati, a Ferrari, and other cars too. So it's just grown the last couple of years, exponentially, which has been absolutely amazing. And definitely a fun income stream too, because they're very marketable. You can use these cars for anything, and it actually helps not just this business, but all the other businesses for credibility.
Yeah, exactly. And that's literally how I met Chris, was through Instagram. I saw him posting pictures with the cars. That's instant credibility. You see him with a Ferrari, like, wow, he has a Ferrari, he used to be a professional soccer player, he has all these businesses, that's just instant credibility right there. And then as I got to know him a little bit more, I learned that he actually rents out the cars in Miami, and we were able to make that connection and get that working together, which turned out to be pretty cool because now we made a deal for the Maserati. And it's always been somewhat interesting for me to see, like, you own these exotic cars, and at the same time, you're making money off of them. Of course, there's liabilities that are involved with the business because other people are driving your cars. But at the same time, you get to own these super cool cars, and you're basically getting paid to do it, which seems somewhat like a dream job or dream business. But a lot really has to go into it in order to make it all work perfectly and to align all the pieces right. But it is something that can be done, as Chris does as for one of his income streams. That's like the first thing I saw about him that I knew that he did for a business. And now just being able to talk to him a little bit more and learn exactly what he does has been pretty interesting to see how he's gone from where he was when he was 18 to where he is now when he is 25 years old. So what are some of the other income streams that you have that you could talk about that you think would interest my audience of young aspiring entrepreneurs? Let's give them an example actually of something you've done in the past to make money online or in person, whatever it was, that you would give advice for a young aspiring entrepreneur to do.
Perfect. So this is actually very key, and it deals with networking and relationships, which are two of your biggest assets in your life. forever, your relationships and your networking. And being a great connector, this is a key word. For you watching this, if you can become a really great connector, you can start brokering deals. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say, for an example, let's take the exotic car business, for example, here. Let's say you knew me and you knew somebody flying into Miami, but you don't own the car and I own the car, but you put them in touch with me. I'm going to cut you in on the deal. I'm going to give you a piece of the commission. So think about that for a second. You don't have any overhead. You knew somebody, okay, that had something that somebody else wanted, and you connected them, and you were able to broker that deal and get paid off of it. Now imagine how many different deals there are out there that people are looking for, that you might have the connection for, Tanner might have the connection for, I might have the connection for, that you're not exploring yet. There's a lot of opportunity out there, and that is something very good to start thinking about is, okay, who do I know? And who do I know that also wants different things that the other people that I know want too, in that sort of sense. So if you can start connecting people, you can start making money to then build other businesses that you might have more interest in.
Exactly, because so many people come up to me all the time, in the YouTube comments, DMs, whatever it is. They ask me, I want to start this certain business, but I don't have any startup capital. What should I do? And what you were talking about there about making the connection sort of leads back to the network marketing, about selling stuff, and then that's getting commission too, right?
Right, exactly.
So that all comes together. And if you learn how to sell stuff, that's a trait that you'll carry on throughout your whole life if you learn how to do it right. And you can continue to make money over and over and just keep expanding what you are doing with it, and then invest that money into other businesses, as he said. So let's say I just gave you 10 grand cash and you have to invest it into some kind of business or asset. What would it go into?
Real estate. It would go into real estate or investment banking. Small business loans to where they take your money. So I have a connection in the investment banking world to where they use accredited investors' money to then use for small business loans to make high interest rate on. It's like a credit card. Here's a perfect example. Let's say you apply for a credit card, and for 12 months you've got 0% APR. Well, you go crazy and you max out that card. Let's just say it's for 10 grand. Well, at the end of those 12 months, you've just been making minimal payments, 50, 60 bucks a month, and all of a sudden you've got about $9,500 left on that card remaining balance, and the 0% APR expires. And you're hit with a 22% interest rate now every single month. How is that going to feel for you? Not too good. Well, it's the same thing with small business loans. Different people, different deals. They're getting interest on their money after their time expires with whatever plan they have. The interest keeps going up. The more they pay off, the less it is that they have to pay back in interest. So if you were to have 10 grand, I would find something in real estate. If you know a real estate agent, someone in investment banking that knows what they're doing with money, maybe stocks, maybe mutual funds, everything's like that. Maybe some lower risk stuff. Maybe even cryptocurrency. If you're educated on that, that's a big one, especially these days with everything going on in the markets. Find somebody that's credible that can use your money and make it work for you. That way you require great interest on it, so it's not just sitting in your bank account.
Exactly. So that goes back to every single thing that we sort of just went through about his income streams and how investing and actually utilizing your research, because there's so many free resources out there, like online on YouTube, like you said, when you were 18. Like there's so many free videos, and I feel like not a lot of people actually utilize the ability to go and self-teach themselves, because when something is given to them for free, they don't feel like it's as much of value unless they paid for it. So self-teaching is something that's very big. I don't know about you, but pretty much everything that I've learned and been able to accomplish so far within my life as an entrepreneur has been through self-teaching and trial and error. So what would you say would be like the biggest trait or key, whatever you want to call it, that has helped you get to where you are?
Honestly, to be really honest with you guys, and you probably already know the answer to Tanner's question, but I don't know if you've thought of it yet or not, but the basis to every business, which is your foundation, is your relationship. And I tell people all the time, if you can build a successful relationship, you can build a very successful business, because business is relationships.
So hopefully that gives you guys some insight about Chris and who he is. I just wanted to put him here on the channel because he's a young entrepreneur. I know he's 25 years old, but he's still pretty young compared to a lot of other entrepreneurs that have a bunch of cool cars and stuff. You see them, they're like 60, 70, 80. Chris is only 25 and he has a bunch of exotic cars and he's able to rent them out. And he has multiple businesses and income streams, which is pretty crazy to think about because I'm 17, he's 25. What's that, like only an 8-year difference, not that big of a deal. So make sure you go check him out on Instagram. I'll put it right here. Go follow him, check him out. He's a pretty interesting guy, so go keep up with him and follow him everywhere. And Chris, I appreciate it, bro.
Thanks for having me out, Tanner. I appreciate you too, brother.
Thanks for the car. You guys will be seeing more content with the Maserati, so stay tuned for that. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
Take care, guys.